My name's Kat, and I'm starting a flower farm. So the first thing going on here is that we're removing the sod. I did rent a sod cutter. I don't really recommend that because you still essentially had to dig all of it up afterwards. It didn't roll up nicely. Maybe in another situation they'd work better, but they didn't for us. I don't think that I will want to do it this way in the future, just because it really takes away some biomass, but I wanted to see what we were working with, and it turns out everything underneath is really awful clay, probably fill dirt from a construction site. So we did go ahead and use a tiller, and that's not something I plan to do in the future either, but I needed to break up that hard pan. We did break a belt, and you can see Josh and I troubleshoot there. So yeah, to fix the clay soil, I had St. Louis Composting deliver 8 cubic yards of black gold compost. It's beautiful and it's magical and I love it. And I'm really hoping that it will revitalize my super depleted soil. I mean, I didn't really even have any worms in there, hardly any grubs. It was just not a very happy place to be. So I had that compost delivered, and I did initially try mixing some of it in with the clay, but I quickly realized I didn't have enough to fully amend the clay that was there. And around this time, I also started doing a lot of research on no-till and no-dig methods, and I decided that just layering the compost on top is probably best, and it'll have a season to get mixed up and percolate. And I'll probably use a broad fork to mix things better. After that, I decided that it was time to build berms. So I wanted to make raised beds because since my soil is clay, it doesn't have very good drainage, which is a bad thing in the spring and a good thing in the late summer when it's hot and dry. So I am making 4-foot wide beds, except for here at the end. I wanted them 4 foot wide because I'm going to be using landscape fabric that is 6 foot widths, and that way I can cover my beds and my walkways and try to eliminate as many weeds as possible. And the raised beds in general, I just think they do a lot to promote health for the plants in the soil, and I'm hoping that this will be the best method. I do intend to actually add more soil, a special mix, to just give it the extra oomph so I can actually grow in this in a year's time, because this is really terrible soil. And I'm going to add that, maybe a little more compost and some shredded leaves, and I'm going to call it good at that point, and just see what I can get out of it. The goal is to start small and just see what I can do in a year's time. I did end up with 7 beds, and it is roughly 40 feet long by anywhere from like 20 to 23 feet wide. It varies in a couple spots. There's this old peony plant that's there, and I'm just leaving them there, and I'm kind of growing around that over there. So it's a decent sized grow space. Obviously it's not large, but you know, you have to start somewhere, and this is the perfect place for me to start. So thank you for sticking around, and I hope that you'll follow my journey as I figure these things out.
Did it.